One chapter. That is all these books are getting. Now, will they make the cut or will they be going back to the library? That's the question. My name is Raquel. Welcome and welcome back. So, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing 6 books that I got from the library. They are historical fiction, contemporary romance. I even got a dystopian book, right? So, I'm going to read the chapter, give you my impression of the book, and then decide if or not I'm going to keep it or send it back to the library unread. I have 6 books, and I know I can't read them all in 15 days, so this is a good way to weed out the least interesting books. Let's get into it. So, book number 1 is called This Here Love. It is by uh, Princess Joy I. Perry. And I did read the 1 chapter. So in this book, it is historical fiction. It starts out with this lady named Cassie. Cassie was brought to America at about 11 years old, and she has lived on multiple plantations since then. She has had children, a husband. She's lost all of her children except for one, and her husband. Now she has this child. The last child she have left, her name is Bless. Bless is being pretty much taken from Cassie at this point, and Cassie is just distraught. Like, I mean, who wouldn't be, right? But what I got from this is that it sounds like there's going to be a love triangle between Blessed, a boy named Jack, and a boy named David. So Jack is white. He is coming to America as an indentured servant so that his family doesn't starve. At least that's what I got. His whole family might be coming. And then I didn't really get anything about David yet. And I actually read 4 chapters of this book because I really couldn't get very much from the first chapter. The first chapter was actually just about Cassie, who is the mom. And I don't think the book is even about her mom. So I had to go in a little further to see if it was something I wanted to read. So what I got from this is that there's going to be a love triangle between Bless, Jack, and David. And I have to tell you that uh, if there is going to be a love triangle between these 3, I'm not interested. I'm just not interested. As much as I would like to know the other things that are happening in this book, I just have no interest, no desire to read about her canoodling with Jack. I just don't. So this one is definitely going back. Maybe at some other time I might decide to read it, but as of today, it is of no interest to me. And then the second book I got is Spilling Tea. It is by Brenda Jackson. This one, it sounds really messy. So, I mean, even look at the title, Spilling Tea. Sounds like it's going to be good and messy. Anyway, it is about a great grandmother who is going to play matchmaker. She has, I believe, 11 great grandchildren. She's 90 something years old, and she has vowed to match up all of her great grandchildren before she passes away. And so many of them has already been matched up, but she's got these 2 who hasn't been matched up. And so, from what I get, there is a young lady who used to live there and she went away. She's coming back, and the main male character, I believe, is going to be matched up with her. Now, everything that's happening in between is what sounds good. This is a huge family. I don't know how many times I have to say it, but I personally believe the more people and more characters in the book, the messier it is. And so they have an entire family. I mean, with 11 great grandchildren, I believe they're talking about three generations of people. You have the great grandmother's sons, and she talks about, I believe, I can't remember how many sons she has, but I know that three of however many sons she has, three of them named their children after them. So I don't know if their name is Charles, Mike, and Doug. They go on to name their children juniors, and then their juniors name their children that. And so she wants to secure um, a legacy or a future for the name Medeiros, which is their family's name. And so that is why she wants to set up her great grandchildren. It talks about how she has already set up some of her great grandchildren, who, the sons now, who were not interested in getting married, nowhere near, wasn't thinking about it. But by the time they got to the altar, were in love. They have like a family, I don't know what to call it, like maybe a motto or a what do you call it? Just something, but it's like for them to protect, provide, and something else. I can't remember what the third thing is, but it starts with a P and it includes procreating. And so she just wants to make sure this happens before she passes on. And I am very excited about reading it. I'm going to make sure that this is going to be one of the first books, because I definitely don't want to have to send it back uh, without reading it. And then the next book is A League of Her Own, and it is by Kaya or Kaya. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. Alderson. And so, what made me want to read this book is because I saw an interview with the author. So, the author talks about how this is based on a true story, how her family, the author's family, is really into baseball, and that's what made her want to write about this lady. And so, this lady, her name is Effa. She is the owner of a Negro League baseball team. This is in the early 1930s. And I believe in the book, she is owning the team alone, but in real life, she owned it with her husband. She is a hat maker. It starts off where she is talking to her mother and saying that she wants to get a divorce. So it starts off that she is about to live her life as a single woman. And this is early 1930s. So back in those times, we were dang near required to be wives and have babies. And so her getting a divorce would be a disgrace for her and her family. She would not only be disgraced, but she would have to care for herself. And there were not a lot of jobs for women. Now, she is passing in this book, and it's not that she's telling people that she's white, but if they believe that she is, she doesn't tell them anything different. So she works at this hat shop, and I'm not sure if her employers think she's white or just the patrons, but she does not tell anybody that she's not black. But she lives in a black neighborhood. She spends time with black people, so she does consider herself to be black. Anyways, I am really excited about reading this book. This book is talking about a woman empowering herself in the 1930s. She doesn't want any children. She wants to own a business. And that for me is super encouraging, because if you could do it in the 1930s, we're in 2025. I feel like, um, whatever her ups and downs and her, tribulations were, I want to see what she did to get through that, how she get past it, and all those good things. So I'm looking forward to this very much. So this is another one that I am going to make sure that it is one of the first books that I read. And then the next one is Sky Full of Elephants by Sibo Bryant. Peebo Bryant. I think he sings, not writes books. Anyway, this one is by Sibo Campbell. And I have actually read this book before, so I listened to the book. A lot of times when I am listening to a book, I am doing other things. I am cooking, I am driving, I am talking with my family, I am walking, exercising, whatever it is I'm doing. Um, and so I do know, I could even be zoning out, but I do know that there are very small portions of the books that I listen to that I may miss something. So this time I wanted to read it. I truly enjoyed the first time, so I wanted to read it this time, see if my perspective is the same, if I missed anything. So for this one is about one day all the white people just walk into the ocean and kill themselves, and now you have a all black United States. And so a lot of those places that are occupied by them more than us, for instance, government, banks, hospitals, different things like that, a lot of them are, just empty. And so they are building another United States. Um, and in the first chapter, there is this guy whose name is Charles. Yeah, his name is Charles, and he is a teacher at Harvard. So prior to this phenomenon where everybody walked into the ocean, well, excuse me, not everybody, but the people walked into the ocean, he was in jail. And once they all walked into the ocean, someone came in, opened up all the doors. And so he has always been very inclined to electrical. And so he is now a teacher at Harvard. And that is like super cool. He didn't need to go to school for a million years, he didn't need a diploma or whatever. He is teaching them what he knows. If you don't know, he can't teach it. And this is something he's been good at all his life. And so they're working on solar. He's at the school, and once school is over, he decides to, just sleep in his office. He gets a phone call from his daughter. Now, he thought maybe his daughter had walked into the ocean as well, but she did not. She is scared, and she wants him to come and help her. But they don't know each other. I believe he's been in jail her entire life. So they don't know each other. And so this is going to be partially about them getting to know each other. And I cannot wait. And I forgot to say also, I got large print. I'm super excited about that because I am in the market for some new glasses. I have not went to go get them yet, so these are not working as well as they used to. And I am really happy that I was able to get that in large print. And then my next book is Things Past Telling. And this one is by Sheila Williams. This is my second time picking up this book. I did not even get a chance to crack it open last time. I had to take it back. So this time I really do want to get into this book. I think in the 15 days that I have, I can read 3 books in those 15 days. I just have to stay focused and leave Kindle Unlimited alone, and I can get it done. Now, that is the problem that I'm going to have to work on. Anyway, so this book is a historical fiction. I did not read the synopsis, but I did read the first chapter, which is crazy. But I didn't read the synopsis because I read it before. I just figured, oh yeah, I know what it's about. Shouldn't have did that. But anyway, it is historical fiction. It is about, well, what I read is that the census are going to come to this lady's house. She is over 100 years old. They come to her house and they're going to be asking her questions. Her son is there. They're probably her great grandkids because these are small kids. Well, her family is there. Let's just put it that way. And they're going to be asking her a bunch of questions. And what I think is going to happen is that through the census and her answering these questions, we're going to find out her story. Her being taken from her homeland to being sold on the auction block, being sent to different plantations, having her name changed, just all of the horrific things that she's gone through. When she was stolen from her homeland. But I also think that it is going to give us whatever joy she was able to get from that as well. Because, we are a resilient people, so we are definitely going to find some joy and some happiness wherever we can. So I am super interested in this one. I really do hope I get around to it. If I don't, I'll have to just pick it up again. I'm not really worried about it. It's the library, it's free. So yeah, I'm looking forward to things past telling. And then last but not least, we have The Real by Kennedy Ryan. Now, the funny thing about this is I say that I am not a contemporary fiction, a contemporary romance girl, and I'm really not. So I'm wondering, is it contemporary romance or is it Kennedy Ryan? This will be my fourth Kennedy Ryan book. I've been seeing a lot of hype around this book for the past few months. When I took that trip to Barnes and Noble, they had this book for $10, and they had the paperback with the what is it, a hologram on the cover. It was really beautiful. It was 50% off. It was $10. I thought about buying it, decided I didn't want to give Barnes and Noble my money, said I was going to come home and look on Amazon, look on thriftbooks.com. Was out running some errands, doing some stuff, got home. I wasn't even thinking about the book anymore. But I do have it in my Kindle Unlimited library. My intention is to read and listen at the same time. What I got from this book is it starts out with the main female character whose name is Neva Nevea. Neevah. I think that's Neva. So the main character, her name is Neva. She is 18 years old. She gets her heart broken. And she is so distraught. She had this boyfriend that actually he was her fiance and he breaks her heart. And she was considering not going off to college, staying there because this is her fiance and he isn't going anywhere. I think he's a little bit older than her. Yeah, I think he's 2 years older than her. So he's already been out of high school for a couple of years. She just graduated. And they are, because he breaks her heart, she decides to take the scholarship and go to school in New York for drama or theater, whatever it is. And she gets there and she makes a name for herself. And now she has written the screenplay, and they are looking for an actress to play in the screenplay that she has. Now, I didn't necessarily find after the first part, which I believe is the prologue. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's the prologue where she gets hurt. And then chapter one is when she's in New York and she is now a screenwriter. But the prologue to me was good. When I got to chapter one, I was reading through chapter one. I can't say that I was really all that excited. Not really. But then when I think about it, I think I felt that way. I definitely felt that way about This Can Be Us. Um, And so I'm thinking that maybe it's just the beginning. I need to get into it. So I am definitely wanting to read it. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've read some good things about it. And there is some hype surrounding this book for the past couple months. So this one is kind of an in between. It's like a maybe. And the reason why it's a maybe is because I have prioritized the other two books before this one. I really want to read those two. And then I also have Things Past Telling, which is the other one that I want to read. And then this one is a maybe. So this one kind of depends on if I have enough time and my mood, if one day I feel like picking it up and reading it, or if I get a chance to read the other books and I have time to get into this one before I have to take them back to the library. So for the real, we will see. Not 100% sure. I was not really that excited about chapter one. But like I said, I had that same feeling about This Could Be Us. And is it This Could Be Us? This Could Be Us. This Could Be Us. Is that the first book? Whatever the first book was, I had a very rough time getting into it. I read it, and when I read it, I was not just, I mean, I just felt like it was okay. I wasn't like over the moon about it. Now, book two and book three, I totally enjoyed, but the first book, I was kind of like, okay, whatever. Um, and there was so much hype about the book. I like thought I was just gonna be blown away. No such luck. So that was my first chapter Friday, even though it's Saturday again, um, with library books. Which books do you think I should read, and which books do you think I should send back? Have you read any of these books? Don't let me waste my time now. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to do all of the YouTube things: like, comment, subscribe, share, and until next time, see you soon.